What's up, everybody? Thank you for hitting play on my video. My name's Stephen M. Kiefer. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit that sub button. I would much appreciate it. I would definitely do it for you, bro. It's a brand new channel. It's just getting started. There's plenty to come. But for today, I want to touch a little bit on the reaction to the Sound of Freedom movie, and not even the movie itself so much, some of the reaction to it, and just some other scandals that went on over the years and other documentaries and how they were treated. And something I coincidentally came across yesterday that really prompted me to do this video. I hope you find it interesting. Right now, I'm going to play a clip from a Paul Joseph Watson video. Now, I'm not reacting to a Paul Joseph Watson video, and Paul Joseph Watson, that you probably won't even see this, but I apologize for, stealing your stuff. But there's a CNN video, which I'm sure most people saw, of some fella named Mike Rothschild, of all things, saying it's propaganda and whatnot, and I can't find that video anywhere right now. I looked and looked. I looked at CNN's YouTube page. I looked on, I Googled it. I can't find it. So that's a little bit weird within itself because it's got a lot of criticism. So I'm going to start this video by playing this little clip. So if anybody didn't see some of the reaction from CNN or some of the news articles, the Rolling Stone article saying that this film is propaganda and whatnot, I just want to, get you where I'm at with this whole thing. Then I got a lot of other things I'm going to get to. So just hang tight, hang tight, bud.
Video. And while our reptilian overlords continue to be mad at us for being fit, healthy and happy, they're also fuming over the popularity of a new movie that denounces child sex trafficking.
How did that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom. Felt good.
Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brainworms.
And first off, that's insane. To even write that, you're a psycho. But all I really want to say right here is brainworms is only a term I've heard by a YouTuber named Leon Lush. I don't know Leon Lush or anything like that. I like his videos. Check him out if you never heard of him. I don't think he'd appreciate you using his term. I don't know if he owns it or has it copyrighted, but I'm sure he wouldn't co-sign this bullshit. Not that I want to speak for him. I don't know the guy, but come the fuck on. So you're stealing people's shit and you're saying the dumbest shit I ever heard for dads with brainworms. Continue.
The QAnon-tinged thriller about child trafficking is designed to appeal to the conscience conspiracy-addled boomer. Sound of Freedom, the QAnon-adjacent thriller seducing America. Jim Caviezel stars as a hero trying to stop child traffickers in a paranoid new movie.
A paranoid movie, which is
Crazy.
based on a true story. This is the same media that not so long ago spent an entire summer defending Cuties, a Netflix nonce fest that sexualized underage girls. Literally, in some cases, the very same publications. Such an empowering movie. This is just QAnon propaganda. A strong, positive male role model in a film battling against child sex trafficking. No, we can't have that.
Films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at...
I know I paused it, you can't really see now, but Mike Rothschild, his name, Mike Rothschild. I swear CNN has been called fake news so many fucking times, or just now they are fake news. I mean, clearly they've been for a long time, but, thanks to Uncle Donnie, it's to the forefront. I think they've turned into the fucking Onion. They just said, fuck it. You're going to call us fake news? We're just doubling down and going all the way in. You put a dude named Rothschild on there? Are you fucking trolling me? You're trolling me. I mean, that's crazy. And this is the video I can't find, by the way, anymore. Anyways.
QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites, and only people like Tim Ballard and only people like Jim Caviezel, and by extension, only people like the ticket buyer can help bring these trafficking rings down.
Jim Caviezel, we're going to expose child trafficking, the left and the media. The fuck you are. What kind of people?
Right, the fuck you are. Do you know how insane that is? That he wants to put down people that want to bring attention to something as serious as human or child or sex trafficking. What kind of sick fuck are you that you want to bring people down? And as if the top public's thinking only someone like Jim Caviezel or Tim Ballard could do it. We think anybody or any normal person would think anybody bringing attention to such a matter is probably a pretty good person. And it is a true story. So there is that. I mean, I wasn't there, so I'm not going to say I can account for everything, but I assume there's a lot of truth to it. That's what it seemed to be. They made the movie years ago, which is another weird part. It's not like anybody ever got up in arms about another movie that said based on actual events before. It's not like they were pissed off when Cocaine Bear came out and it said based on actual events. I mean, you didn't see them on CNN. The cocaine did not sniff that, or the cocaine did not sniff that much bear. The bear did not sniff that much cocaine. He did not kill anybody. This is propaganda for fathers with brain worms. It's all it is. It's bullshit. No one gave a fuck. There's tons of movies that say based on actual events, yada yada yada. And then there's like one small thing that did happen. Then the Titanic, and no one's mad about the Titanic. Then it win fucking Oscars and shit. Well, this ain't how the Titanic went. We don't know about a person named Jack, yada, yada, yada. Like, what the fuck are you people so mad about? And it's just a movie. The Sound of Freedom is just a movie. It's not like they're not saying it's a documentary. This is verbatim. Although I did hear Tim Ballard say he's still friends with the children that he, rescued and whatnot. I believe it's probably, true for the most part, but I'm sure all the dialogue is not, because it's a fucking movie. But like, what the fuck are you so mad about? What a weird thing to want to fuck. What a weird hill to want to go die on. And this movie reminds me this is where I'm really going. This movie reminds me of a documentary that didn't come out back in, I believe it was 93. In the title, I feel like they're referencing this documentary called Conspiracy of Silence. Now, I would encourage anybody to look up Conspiracy of Silence. Oh, I'm going all these places. Conspiracy of Silence is... You can find it on YouTube. And shout out to Eddie Bravo, who I also don't know, but he's the one that put this movie on the map for me. Check out Eddie Bravo, Tinfoil Hat Podcast with Sam Tripoli and that. I love those guys. But he's the one that brought this to my attention. In this fucking documentary, first off, it's called Conspiracy of Silence. Unreleased documentary film produced. It was like a BBC thing, Yorkshire Television, something over there. But this guy, his name was John DeCamp, I believe. He's probably still alive. I'm not real sure. I don't think he even set out to film this documentary. I think he set out to film something else and stumbled upon this. And there was a massive child sex trafficking ring in the United States. It documents a rather disturbing child trafficking ring involving politicians abusing children from orphanage such as Boys Town. This is heavy stuff involving powerful people. So I'll just say these are just allegations. Yeah, because the people ended up getting off. Why'd they get off? Because they were powerful, rich politicians and whatnot. There was a girl, 9-year-old victim, went to prison for perjury. But I'm telling you, they're just discouraging you to watch this shit. Watch that documentary and you'll know that this was not bullshit. And it's mainly centered around this right here. The Franklin, now Wikipedia is a bad source, but they're going to say what kind of happened somewhat. The Franklin child prostitution ring allegations. This shit will blow your mind. And I like how Wikipedia gets right into it. And this happened in the United States. Did I already say that? Omaha, Nebraska. It gets around, but they really let you know this was a carefully crafted hoax. There was no reason for them to even make up such a hoax. They made a documentary. They happened to stumble upon some shit, and it didn't even get released. So what was the point of concocting this hoax? But it gets crazy though. I encourage you to watch the documentary. Like I said, you can find it on YouTube. High-level U.S. politicians were involved in a child prostitution ring. Alleged abuse victims were interviewed. Yada yada yada. It gets down to this fella right here, primarily centered on Lawrence E. King Jr. And no, not that Larry King. This is a black fella. Not that matters, of course. I'm just saying it's not Larry King. God rest his soul, Larry King, the former, what you call interviewer, journalist. It goes crazy. It was a cult of devil worshippers involved in the mutilation, sacrifice, and cannibalism of numerous children. Numerous conspiracy theories evolved, claiming the alleged abuse was part of a widespread series of crimes, including devil worship, cannibalism. I just fucking said that same exact thing. Oh, and a CIA arms dealer. It's fucking nuts. And it's definitely true. And of course, these people were still alive. They have too much money. They have too much power. So that's going the fuck away. That movie's not coming out. Get the fuck out of here. And if you dare bring any fucking smoke these people's way, you're going to fucking jail. Because that's how it works. And I'll bring up one sick fuck who everybody knows is true now, but in case you aren't familiar with who exactly this sick fuck right here is, Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile, who was, now I'm definitely going to chop this up some, but I believe he had like children's hospitals and shit like that. And if you don't know who he is besides that, hold on. He was essentially something like the Dick Clark of the UK or Europe or whatever the fuck it is over there. I don't know, from the US. He had a show, I believe, back in the day called Top and the Pops, and like he was knighted, and he was the man over there. He was the man over there. But this sick fuck had like children's hospitals, I believe it was, and taking kids out on like a yacht to some place. I think it was called Geneva Island. You have to look it up. I'm really going off the top with all this shit. And those kids weren't coming back. Those kids weren't coming back. And this only all came out the year after he died. Like he had allegations, sexual abuse scandal. It emerged in 2012. I believe he died a year after. And when you scroll down here a little bit, who is Jimmy Savile and what did he do? They don't even say it. Jimmy Savile, his full surname, James Wilson Vincent Savile, born October 31st. Oh, fucking Halloween. No wonder he's so damn scary. British entertainer, flamboyant radio, television, blah, 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 blah. Don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it up. Was he ever charged? And here's another thing that's crazy. Allegations during his lifetime. During his lifetime, 2 police investigations considered reports about Savile. And they were probably told, shut the fuck up. The earliest known being in 1958. But none had led to charges. I don't even have to keep reading. And why was that? Because he was rich, powerful, famous, global elite. Yeah, shut that down. This ain't happening. This is our boy. He probably wasn't even knighted at that time. You have to look that up, but probably not. No, Jimmy Savile was one of the sickest fucks, and everybody knew it, but nobody... Is that a conspiracy too? Is that a conspiracy too? This is documented now, but my point of saying that is they didn't say anything until after he died. After he's dead, we can go ahead and blow the lid off that, or just let you people know, go fuck yourself. Because he was already dead. And this is something that I thought about. Like Jerry Sandusky went down. He was essentially doing kind of the same thing. He opened a charity called 8 Mile. Second Mile? No, not 8 Mile. Yeah, no, Eminem wasn't involved. Second Mile. It was for troubled youths. Of course, who would be a better victim than a troubled youth? And I'm from 45 minutes from Penn State. So I knew a lot about the case. You know, I'm a little bit of an older fella. I knew what was going on at the time. I made a tweet, and just all this shit made me think about this. Back in, and I have it pulled up here. This is back on March 20th. And I don't know what I was thinking about this for, probably because I think about shit. You know, if Jerry Sandusky could get away with what he did for so long at Penn State, in a town like State College, which is where Penn State is in Pennsylvania, obviously, just imagine what people with unlimited money, power, and resources could get away with on a global scale. Which I thought, yeah, no shit. And I didn't think anybody thought Jerry Sandusky was innocent. I mean, the fucking interview with fuck, I forget. He looked guilty as fuck. Mike, no, not Mike. I forget. Yeah, he did that one interview. He couldn't define what like inappropriate was, or yes, I like children, or that was Michael Jackson voice, but he was guilty. I thought everybody thought that. It seemed very clear. People started coming for me immediately in this comment section. I don't even know how they found his tweets. No, I mean, Twitter's very big. Dude, Dr. Big Beef was pissed. You picked a bad example here, but like many people, you just aren't actually aware of the facts of the Sandusky case. Please educate yourself or choose another example. Well, it's a chance why I fucking chose Dr. Big Beef, so fuck you. I mean, these people started going in. They have a whole podcast about it. I mean, I went back and forth with these people for like 3 days. And theories are not based on intuition, I mean, I'm not going to go through all this for you because it's not really that big a deal. But I mean, people were just coming for me. This guy claimed, I believe he was an investigator on the case, and he had a podcast about it. Yeah, right there. I know an innocent man when I see one, and Jerry Sandusky didn't do those things. And people claiming they were former alma maters of Penn State, and they want to, restore the institution's name and whatnot. Dude, no one's thinking about that shit anymore. I mean, they're just not. I'm sure the victims and families and some people, you know what I mean? But like in the grand scheme of things, people think Penn State. There might be a joke thrown around here and there, but mostly people are just like Penn State, good at football, good at wrestling, suck at basketball, overall good college, fucking whatever. I don't think people are aligning. That's not going to be the main focus or the main thought when Penn State comes up for most people at this point. But these people, whew. Like, who do you work for? The Rabbit Pundit. Name one credible victim in the case. Just one. And you can't name the shower incident because Alan Myers, I don't want to name one. Probably all of them to some extent. Like I'm not sitting around thinking about this, but I'm pretty sure it was cut and dry. Sandusky did what he did. He opened up a goddamn institution for troubled youths, teenagers, and perfect person to take advantage of. Hey, want to go and see the inside of Beaver Stadium? Yeah, of course you do. When you're a kid. Heck yeah, you do. Like, come on, Dr. Big Beef. I don't know who you work for, bro, but yeah, so they came for me. And I didn't even think about it at the time, but this all made me think about like how they're coming for the Sound of Freedom people. Now, I'm clearly not aligning myself to something that major, but they're coming for them like they did something wrong. So all this, yesterday, I make a phone call to PennDOT. PennDOT is the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, PennDOT.pa.gov. I had to make a call to there. It's not important why, but I did. I'm on hold for about an hour. And they're playing random recordings in and out. So they start making, or this one recording comes on and it says, human trafficking is a very serious, matter or something in Pennsylvania. If you see anything, here's the hotline number. Go on the website. This is something that we could all try to, whatever. It was this long message. And I'm just like, holy shit. So the Sound of Freedom guys are getting railroaded in the media for making a movie, bringing a light to a situation. So Pennsylvania, the whole state, the Department of Pennsylvania Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, like the Pennsylvania government, are also conspiracy theorists because they're bringing attention to it. I tried to find the message, like the recording. It was on the phone, but I couldn't find it. So I just looked it up. Human trafficking, the PennDOT recording. I mean, this is on PA or PennDOT.pa.gov. I mean, you click right into it. They have a whole page devoted to it on a Pennsylvania government website. So what we're saying, CNN and Mike Rothschild and the Rolling Stone, the Pennsylvania government are also propagandists and conspiracy theorists. And they said they were using propped up statistics and numbers. I mean, all this sounds impossible to believe. Human trafficking could be happening in your neighborhood. Human trafficking is a form of modern day slavery. We should all hate slavery, right? So what are we talking about, CNN? I mean, they go on. Human trafficking happens in your backyard. #end trafficking. They have, some statistics here. They got the phone number. They got sites. Look at all these sites. I mean, we have programs. U.S. Transportation Leaders Against Human Trafficking. Truckers Against Trafficking. I mean, there's all these things just on a Pennsylvania government website to do something about human trafficking. And it all comes back to say, so CNN, the fucking Pennsylvania state government are human traffickers, maybe so, but stupid QAnon conspiracy theorists. That's what we're saying. That's what we're getting at. I mean, whole sites over and over. They have YouTube videos, tools that teach what is human trafficking. I mean, the Blue Campaign, it's a neighborhood watch for human trafficking. PennDOT, partners discuss all this stuff because it's a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal. So big. I mean, you go down here. This is humantraffickingcourts.org. Okay? Another Pennsylvania website. That's how big of a deal it is. But the Sound of Freedom guys are just fucking dipshits for making a movie talking about something that's such a big deal, clearly. But CNN and the guys at Rolling Stone or whatever it is, probably a they, them. I don't want to get into that. prevention of human trafficking in Nigeria. I mean, I'll see what I can do to help. But I wanted to get into, these are some of the statistics. According to the Human Trafficking Hotline statistics in Pennsylvania below, we recorded since its inception, the Human Trafficking Hotline has received about 7,764 signals. So I believe that's either online reports, emails, phone calls, whatever it may be. So 5,739 were hotline calls, 838 text messages, I guess. I didn't know you can text message them. That's kind of weird. 670 online reports, emails, web chats, yada, yada, yada. The Human Trafficking Hotline has identified 1,897 cases of human trafficking. Among the cases reported, 4,048 victims were identified. I don't know what year this is or what's time span is over, but none the fucking less, we're talking Pennsylvania. We're not even a border state. We're not California. We're not on a coastline. I'm sure most of this went on in Philadelphia, realistically. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, just in 2021 alone, reports by the Human Trafficking Hotline indicated that there were about 1080. Oh, great fucking Nintendo 64 game. 1080 signals received in Pennsylvania, and 341 of those cases received were from the victims or survivors of human trafficking. The signal types received included 596 hotline calls, 248 text messages, 153 emails, 64 online reports, and 19 web chats in the same year. So this is 2021, and this is still a lot of people are staying in the house for COVID. Not these child traffickers. They're fucking on the move, boy. Jesus. While 350 victims were involved in the cases reported, in addition, requests on human trafficking cases recorded as follows: 138 reports of trafficking tips, 47 excessive service referrals. I don't know what that means exactly, but it doesn't sound good. And 7 requests for crisis assistance. Crisis assistance. So you must be like, in fucking, I got to a phone and I'm fucking stuck somewhere, save my life. And that's the lucky ones. Assuming they got out. It's important to note the hotline only gathers demographic details of victims, survivors in a situation, yada, yada, yada. 154 females and 17 males. Oh, and there were 17 foreign nationals and 15 U.S. citizens. I mean, so what was the rest of them? Fucking, where were they from? So that doesn't make sense a lot, but still. Labor trafficking. So obviously there's a lot of labor trafficking, so, get to work, motherfucker. Sex trafficking. So it's just raising awareness about human trafficking. So the Pennsylvania state government are conspiracy theorists like Jim Caviezel and Sim Labarde and the ticket buyers, the brainworms dads, or the dads with brainworms that go see this movie that's filled with nothing but propaganda and skewed up statistics or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's the hill that CNN and the mainstream media, ever since Obama signed that thing, man, the media's never been the same. Never been the same. Weird thing to go to bat for if you're not involved in it. You don't know. Seems like you're holding something back. Seems like you're protecting somebody. Seems like you're lying about something. And I think you all know exactly what I mean. And we all know what's going on. So these people are fucking nuts, man. But I digress. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. I thank you all for watching the video. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging in this long. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and get a like. Jesus Christ. Give me a like. A subscribe would be great. I'm going to start making a lot more videos, reacting to a lot of things. Doing some more stand-up. I haven't done stand-up in like, not 7 years, but since pre-COVID, so I'm going to get back into that and really try to get this channel going and put some cool things into it and, get better at editing and talking off the cuff. I don't write this down. I don't script it. I just go off the top. I know it seems like I'm on cocaine like that bear, but I'm actually not. I'm only drinking water. I'm just a high-strung kind of fella. Okay, again, appreciate y'all. Thank you for checking the video out. Y'all have a lovely day.